Hello, 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 hello. What's up, everybody? It is a happy Monday. It better be a happy Monday for you because it is definitely a happy Monday for me. So listen, your girl has been in pamper me mode. Yes, I had to go in pamper me mode yesterday. Get some services done on these feet. What day the Pinky say? I just love when somebody take care of these feet. Listen, I am the Nicole Johnson, founder of Wealthy Women Lifestyle, where I teach women to define and achieve their goal of financial freedom so that they can begin to live life on their own terms. And things like that mean something different for everybody. For example, Cynthia, who was approaching retirement and she had not been a saver all of her life, she was able to, within 3 to 5 years of retirement, be able to retire debt free. A recent client came to me to help save a home that was left to her in a will, and she paid off $57,000 worth of debt in 15 months. When I say we do not play about your coins, we do not play over in the Wealthy Women Lifestyle about your coins and what financial freedom looks and feels like to you. And today I want to talk to you guys. We are gearing up for our first annual Vision and Empowerment Retreat. And I'm super excited about that because this is your opportunity for you to escape burnout, scarcity, and exhaustion, to hit live in Dallas so that you can experience clarity, renewal, and rejuvenation. And you can't have all of that without some spa services, ladies. Come on now. Come on now. Talking about somebody rubbing on these shoulders, getting that tension out the neck. Lord, when they get down to that lower back, because sometimes my back act like it belonged to a 90-year-old. I kid you not. So on today, that's what I said, on today, we have a special guest, and I want to bring to the stage right now, joining me live. Hey, Ty, how are
Hi, Nicole. You
you?
got me laughing over here. I love it.
Listen, Thai Morrison is right here in Dallas. She's not far from me. And I had the wonderful experience to go to her salon, her spa. Let me not call it a salon, okay? Forgive me. It was a
That's
full spa. It was massage. It was foot services. It was sound bath. It was all of that. And
okay.
I am so excited about the fact that she has accepted our invitation to be on site here in Dallas during the retreat for our attendees to receive, schedule them some personal spa services. Like, a lot of us are coming with baggage tied. Like, they're coming with stress, they're coming with anxiety, they're coming with, I'm just fed up with these folk that I done left back at the house. Okay. They coming with all of that, right?
That's right.
But we are sending them home rejuvenated,
Yes.
renewed, not just in their spirit and their mindset. Thanks to you, we're going to have the
Aw,
opportunity for them to actually physically release some tension. So, Ty,
that's
thank you so
correct.
much for being here today,
You're
today.
welcome.
So,
You're
do me a
welcome.
favor, go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about you and your beautiful facility.
Okay. Thank you, Nicole. You're so awesome. My name is Thai Morrison. This is going to be my 24th year in business.
So let me say where she is. Sometimes we have a little connection issue, but don't y'all hold that against her. That's the service provider, not the spa service
Yeah,
provider.
I'm
Let's be
sorry.
clear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But I've been in, this is going to be my 25th year coming up. I'm definitely here because of all of the beautiful women that have, and men, of course, that have kept me in business. I started loving skincare when I was 13, always had a skincare regimen. And the passion just always, have been in my blood to just provide beauty. And then just recently here, about 4 years ago, went through depression, and I just went on a self journey. And so I became a teacher, meditation teacher, yoga nidra, sound bath, and I decided to also allow that to go into what I'm doing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, 2025, I plan to reinvent everything, new name, new brand, but I plan to incorporate not only the outer beauty or even the physical beauty. Now I'm trying to incorporate the mental beauty and just make sure that everything is connected so that when you leave out of here, you are touching all your points. I just feel that women, especially women of color, we tend to have different issues. We tend to deal and house different issues. And a lot of times we do not have a safe place for us to vent because we'll either be looked at as, oh, here we go again. There's no issues. It's you harping on this, or, oh, that doesn't seem relatable to us. So I wanted a place where I could house, where women could be authentically themselves, be able to have topics on their mental issues that they could feel comfortable talking about. But I also wanted you to be able to take care of your body, because a lot of us, we run down ourselves because we're so busy taking care of everyone else. And then we actually say in 31 days or 30 days, oh, nope, there's not one day I can give to a massage. And then what's going to happen when we get ill because we chose to run our body down? It's just like a car. If you do not get oil changes, if
Ty, did you mute yourself, baby? I think she done muted herself. Ty, I can't hear you. She is steady going. You guys give
at
us
the
one.
ozone layers
Okay, there she
and
goes.
all of these ozone layers and all of this stuff is affecting us and hitting us differently. And I do believe, with me being 53, a lot of us, and some people don't want to face this, some of us are married, some of I'm not married, but what I do see coming through the doors is a lot of women get very secure and comfortable and forget that your husband is a man, your boyfriend is a man. Yes, he can love you just the way you are. But when you put effort into how you care about your temple, whether that's the mental, the physical, or the taking care of your skin and all of that stuff, that also is showing self love. And that is just as sexy. And so a lot of us, we just think love is always about, money and me wearing a Gucci bag and I got these, nice Prada heels. But then you got your skin being neglected, because the first thing I see, not the Gucci bag, I see your skin. And
Right.
there's no reason why a lot of us is walking around here scared to get facials and things of that nature, because the world is different. The toxins are different. So when grandma was able to just use Pond's skin cream and she was like, oh my God, grandma looks so great. And all she uses is Palms. Well, the environment was different. So we
Mm,
can't do what grandmom did. But I also know as a Black woman that our Black ancestors, many, I'm not saying all, a lot of our Black ancestors did not teach us about self care. We were taught to be warriors and be the front of the household. And when he's not doing, then we come up and we do. That is what we're taught to do. We do not allow our household to break. But once again, we then look broken and we get so caught up with our shoulders slouched, with our skin looking bad, with our mental health being neglected because we don't know anything but broken. And when you are working from that space, when
ooh, child, see, even the computer get a little jealous when we start telling the truth about our journey. Hold on one
you
second, Ty. Let me bring you back in. Come on, girl. Finish telling them.
No, I'm just saying that a lot of people, they can get we coming from a broken space, and then that's
Yeah.
where the broken mentality come from, gossiping or thinking you're better than someone else, because we're all beautiful. But you got
Mm,
to take care of the bare bone minimum, and that is not about what you can dress over top, because purses, stilettos, clothing hair weave, hair color, eyelashes, all of that, baby, is nothing but layers over top of what's really the problem. And you could put them layers on all day, every day, but you still ugly if you are not taking care of the bare bone minimum of what God has given you. You take care of you. So all of this stuff, when I hear women and they got this big old Prada bag and the stilettos, and you say, hey girl, what about getting that membership? Oh girl, I got to take care of a few things, and you know what? I'm gonna check it on out. Honey, you got $60, I'm sure. So it's about taking, if you don't come here, please go somewhere else. And so I have learned through my journey that that is my mission, and I'm here. And I don't know how I'm still here, because as a small black business, I'm not going to lie, I have my challenges like every other big corporations that are closing their doors and stuff. I'm not sitting back here like, oh, the world is 100, but I will stay here until God sees differently, and I will continue until I'm put under the earth to preach and to, if I touch one lady, for her to look in that mirror and say, have I really been taking care of myself? Because at the end of the day, your husband, your kids, nobody is going to take care of you the way you take care of yourself.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So that,
Oh, yeah. She was.
no, you said,
I don't know about you, but I'm looking for the collection plate.
stop.
I am looking for the collection plate because that was a
Wait,
whole word. And you know what, Ty? You what I hear, I heard so much in what you just said, but the thing that stands out to me the most, because I'm a movie buff, and as you can tell, I'm gonna keep the jokes coming and
I
flowing.
love it. I love it.
Listen, when you said you could take off them eyelashes and all I saw was that scene from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker where that girl started taking the wig off. She took the lashes off before you knew it. She had one leg hopping up the hill talking about so high. She had one string
Yes.
of hair.
Yes. Do you know? But you know what? If you got one string of hair, you still beautiful. That's what we don't understand, that the first form of beauty is your soul. And a
Oh,
lot of us
girl.
is walking
Tell
around
it.
here mad and evil and vindictive because we got all of this broken stuff and we don't know how to fix it. We're too proud to get help, or we don't even know how to take our money, and we keep thinking eating and buying and all of that stuff is going to fix it. My sister just died this year. Hey, I'm a meditation teacher, and I am human. What did
Right,
I do? I ate a lot of my sorrow, but thank God that I'm able to will it back, because one thing that I tried to do while going through this journey of sorrow, I still managed to make sure that I still took care of who I am. And I learned through this journey. Yes, I gained a lot of weight, but I still love who I am, just big, small, or not. I don't care who don't like it. I am okay being where I'm at today. I am okay where God has put me at today. Because
right.
one thing that I am more than happy about is that I know my soul is beautiful. I know that my soul is rich. And I know that everything else will come to pass because everything is about timing. And so I was broken because my best friend has gone. I have her no more. And it's okay to be able to be broken. It's okay to fall and slip, but it's also okay to make sure that you take care of your soul, because your cousin, your sisters, nobody want to see you that way. And so
Right.
I don't want people to think about, oh well, beauty's about weight, or beauty's about hair, or beauty's about, no, you could have one string of hair. It's yours.
That's right.
It's
It sounds
yours.
it sounds like so when India, I remember when India Aria performed at one of the award show, and she gave a speech saying, I am not my hair. And
No,
one
you're
of the
not.
ladies said, oh, I am. I need to make sure mine stay in place. She said, I need to make sure mine stays in place. But what we have to understand is and look at and realize is that we're all different.
Yes,
And what is important physically to one person may or may not be important physically to another person.
that's right.
However, what you're talking about is the self-confidence that a woman exudes, right? It is the awareness that she has of who she is and how she presents herself, right? Because behind closed doors, what we all have to realize is we got to love us.
Yes,
Even
yes,
when he, she, they, them, those, they don't love you, it doesn't matter. Do
yes.
you
Because
love
every
you? Because without it, without, as long as you know God loves you and you love you, those are
hmm
the two most important things or people to have love from. Now you mentioned relationships, as in women with their spouses or women who are involved in a relationship.
yes,
um it is vital,
right.
your appearance. And it's not, as you said, it's not the bag, it's not the clothes, right? Those are accessories. Those are
That's right.
accessories. And so these are the things that when I talk to women about their financial trauma, because we
Mm,
have trauma in our finances, it's not just about our health and wellness. Those things go along with that. But our finances, we have trauma. And you gotta, in order to deal with the sorrow trauma, in order to deal with the grief trauma, the abuse trauma, the financial trauma, you always got to go back to the source of where it came from, how it happened, and then you create that plan, that regiment, that roadmap, so that now you don't keep repeating the cycle, right? So
that's
when I look
correct.
at what my skincare regimen is, and it ain't one, I know I
That's
need to go and get one, right? Because there was a
right.
point where there were blemishes, and I'm like, I'm too old. Who started getting adult? Who getting acne at 45 and 50? But baby, it was happening. So,
Yes.
so several years ago, I was invited to an event by a young lady that, and it was at Thai's um,
Oh,
facility.
yes,
And yet,
yes.
honey,
Yeah, you still got that body, love?
baby, I do you know how many jars I bought before I left there?
Ah,
Man, because she was down to like her last 10 jars of this.
yes.
And it was about five of us fighting over them 10 jars. I was like, I'll be darned if I don't walk out of here about at least three
See,
of them.
listen to you.
But I got some later. And when I tell you, I pulled this out specifically for tonight, right? And I'm gonna show y'all. So I got my nails done. My baby got my nails
Ooh,
done. He said, "Go get
they're
your go
beautiful.
get your nails done." So he said, "Why did you choose green?" I said, "It's the season for money. It's the season for money." So, but you see that? Now let me show y'all something. Listen here. My skin is saying, "Thank you, Ty. Thank you so much, Miss Ty, because she ain't gave us nothing to drink in a few days. She ain't put no lotion on us in a few days. She ain't gave us no attention in a minute, right? Now, look at that. Look at that. Can y'all tell? You can't help but tell the difference, right? And when we say black don't crack, it don't. But in order for it to not crack, you got to take care of it along the way. In order
There
for
you
your
go.
finances to not be broken, you got to take care of them along the way. So, um, I am super excited because Ty was the first uh, person that I asked to be a service provider, as well as a to put stuff in for the audience, the attendees for our swag bag. And I was super excited when she said, "Y'all see this, right? I could rub this all up my forearm. That little bitty that you saw on that finger, okay? I'm still rubbing." Um, so she will be providing that. Ty has some questions about some of the services that you provide.
Okay,
Because I
sure.
keep hearing about a sound bath. And when I think
Yes.
about a bath, I'm in the water. Where you getting this sound from? I mean, my sounds be coming out my little speaker, and they usually
Right.
some kind of R&B. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the
Right.
mood I'm in. I'm not. So tell us about exactly what is a sound bath and what are
Yes.
the benefits.
So the sound bath is basically like a sound bath meditation. So when I always refer to the soul, I'm a firm believer that the first thing to do to open up all your chakras and just kind of get your mind right is definitely but through meditation, whether you are just concentrating on your breath or what have you. So a sound bath is basically a very nice way of laying down. You'll be laid down. It's pretty much rest. And what I would be doing is creating sound through these bowls. More than likely, it could be either I have a kind of two sets. So I have crystal bowls, and then I also have Tibetan bowls, which are like brass bowls. And so basically, each of these bowls have different frequencies that when you play them, they come out. So basically, in a nutshell, these frequencies is about healing. It's about healing within. So instead of getting a massage or any of those things, you literally could just lay there for about 30 minutes and just feel so at ease because you're just basically allowing those frequencies to just kind of go through yourself. And then it's also just about this time for you just to breathe or just to concentrate. Could be prayer time, but the whole point of it is try to be as present as you can. Now anybody that falls asleep, they should sleep. That means your body is saying you are tired, you need to sleep. But the whole goals of when you are doing any type of meditation really is always try to be present, because when you're present you are really trying to embrace, because a lot of us are not present. And so that's even when we're spending money. You know why we do bad with spending money? Because we're not present. We're trying to mask something. So we're not thinking logically about, you know what, do I really need this right now? Because at this present moment, I'm not in aware of my feelings right now. I know that I'm shopping because I'm manic about whatever. So this is a way to stay as present as you can so that you truly can be in basking in what God really has in front of you. Because I bet you a lot of us do not even stay present enough to notice the smells or to notice the air or to notice the actually hear or to actually feel your body. What is going on with your body right now? What does your heart feel? What does all that feel like? So being present is so beautiful, and that's why it's a gift. And so when you're in this meditation, it's about really basking in the frequencies to feel how your body's actually receiving it. Or you can just totally lay down, but it's actually just a way of you laying down, relaxing, meditating, and just listening to the different frequencies of the bowl. So that's it. It's really just a form of meditation in a nutshell.
Okay. So let me ask you this. My mentor a few years ago, and I know I'm not saying it right, but I
Okay.
expect that you will correct me. She did some type of Reiki.
Yes, Reiki. Uh-huh. I'm a Reiki
Reiki.
master as well. Yes, ma'am.
Tell,
And
tell the folk about that.
so we all got chakras, okay? And
Uh
there's
huh.
different types of chakras in our body. And I do know that some people are like, well, what's a chakra and all that? And that's a whole nother story.
That's a
But
whole nother
we have the root
conversation.
chakra, we got the heart chakra, and there's different chakras, okay, within our body. And so basically, me as a Reiki master, or just Reiki, you're gonna have Reiki masters, which meaning I can teach it, and there are just Reiki facilitators, meaning they did not go up to the master level, but they're just, regular. They can still administer it. And basically, all that we're doing is we're just converting energy. Some of us may have like our heart chakra, maybe is not centered, or it's not working right, or we could be going through pain. You may have a lot of blockage up there. Maybe it's not allowing you to feel. Maybe you're numb. So basically, what you do when you do Reiki, and a lot of people get it twisted because we're not touching you. So basically, we're just connecting the energy that you have, because we all have energy. This is exactly
Mhm.
why some people can be around somebody and be like, ooh, I
Oh,
needs to move around, because you can
I need to
feel,
move a little different. I need to
yeah,
move a
you
little
need,
different.
or you
Right.
could see an attractive person and you're like, oh my God, I am so like with somebody, but why am I so attracted to this person? What is it about this person? There's frequencies, you can't help it. You can help it because you don't have to always, of course, you know, act on everything that makes you feel a certain kind of way, but there are frequencies that we have, and this is why it is explained that sometimes you don't have to say a word and you just feel something. So those are your
Right.
chakras. And so sometimes we have blockages, sometimes we have things going, and all we're doing with Reiki is we are just being able to be attuned with ourselves, and we're to attune you to kind of let that flow go, to help you at the end, to tell you what we felt and to also help you with some things you can do at home. Some people can't really get into Reiki because Reiki is definitely, you got to be ready for the mental for that. That is definitely when
Mm.
you are ready to take that journey, because otherwise you're going to be expecting to feel some kind of
Mm, you guys listen. She'll be back in a moment.
energy.
And one of the things over the years that I have said to people who, especially other entrepreneurs, is when they're preparing for something that they get nervous. And I have always said nervousness is nothing but energy. And
Yes.
over the years, I've been very fortunate to tune into that and
Mhm.
really harness it so that it doesn't knock me off of my square, as they say. I
Mhm.
actually use it to help me stay more on track. I use it to make me hone in and be more intentional with whatever it is I'm about to do. So when I'm preparing for a show, when I'm preparing for a presentation, that nervous energy helps me get focused so that I
Mhm.
can stay on point. And
Yeah.
so this is, I really like what you have been sharing with us about that, because my mentor said, she told Nicole, you got to get one. So it sounds like I need to be having Reiki massage, a sound mat.
Yay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
look, and I'm
Yes.
gonna need me, look, we gonna need us some. If
Yeah,
you
you
are,
gotta,
I'm gonna
and
share.
guess what? You can come here and get all of that. That's where I'm going, that you'll be able to get all of that in one house. Because one thing about it, you generally have to go here for the sound bath or go over here for that. Join, and it can get costly. And most of all, it could just be all over the place. So that's why I'm trying to do that, because I'm also a breathwork facilitator, as well as I'm yoga nidra, because I'm definitely about Black women, especially, we need to rest. We always do not feel comfortable, most of us, unless we are doing something.
On the
And when
move.
we're resting,
We're
we
on the
almost
move.
feel like it's a crime, or like, some people feel guilty about that. And yoga nidra is a way to rest your mind, and you can get almost like a 8 hours rest in a session sometimes, just listening and allowing yourself to really get into that yoga nidra state of mind. So that's a whole nother story. But yes, I'm into all of that because God really has given us a lot of the tools within ourselves. And it saddens me tremendously when, especially when I try to talk to our sisters and stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, that is woo woo. Oh no, no, I don't do no meditation." And I'm like, huh? And I'm realizing there's a very big misconception about
Yeah.
it. And it's
Mhm.
sad because you're
It
telling me
sounds like
that.
it has so many, it's the benefits are something that we need, but because of our lack of knowledge, fear is holding us back from trying something different.
What,
That's what it sounds like to me. And so, what I want you
Yes.
guys, for all of you who are following, catching this on the replay, in the chat, you will find Ty's Harmony Beauty by Ty. Her Instagram, that's her Instagram handle. Make sure that you go over there and you are following her on IG. So, Ty, let's talk about this event that is coming up. Look, as
Yes.
I tease the folk and say in January.
Yes. Beginning, new
What?
beginnings. Yes.
Yeah, so I am big on visioning and
Yes.
using a vision board to create a strategic roadmap to achieve your goal, right? So for the people who want to buy a house, build a business, pay down debt, they always know what the end goal is. They don't know the steps that need to be created to get there. Okay, so that is the way that I put a vision board in place so that we can do that. But we always start with the end in mind. Okay, we start with the end in mind. And from there, we go back to the beginning. So this is where I want to end up. But let me go back to the beginning and create the steps on the roadmap to get there. Okay, so we that is what vision boarding is about. All right, so that is what we'll be doing in January. We
Ooh.
have our self-care strategist who's going to open up the event on Friday morning to really talk about how self-care is not selfish. Okay, as you stated in the beginning, we're big mama, work 2 3 jobs to make sure that when daddy gambled away the bill money, okay, she was in the background sliding it to him because she been working over there at her house cleaning toilets and her house cooking dinner and
Yes.
that house ironing clothes. But that was what we were taught back then. Today's
Yeah.
woman is not the same. We are not our ancestors. Okay. And so we have a different mindset because, as you say, the environment is different, times are different. And so we've come to the forefront where now we're in the boardrooms. We are at the helm of large, major corporations. But at the end of the day, we're still a woman. And we
Yes.
still have to do that nurturing part because that's the way God created us. And so she's going to talk about all of the self care part and she's going to give the ladies some activities to do so that they can really get it in. We want it ingrained before you guys leave that self-care is something that should be on your regular calendar the same way your mammograms, your pap smears, the way you brush your teeth need to be on your regular regimen, and so does self-care. And so then in the afternoon on Friday we're going to have our beta bride gurus. It's a husband and wife couple. They're going to be talking about how to walk in our femininity. And it wasn't until she asked me, Nicole, why you carrying all that masculinity? Baby, hold on a second now. What you talking? I start feeling body parts and wait a minute, these are not the hips of a masculine person. these are not the these are not. If my hips could talk, baby, we done bore children. These are not masculine hips. But as she began to ask me more questions, I was like, well, you know what the issue is that I've carried the masculinity so long that I didn't know that it needed to come off. So I invited them to speak on a platform because the community of women was saying, I think I got the same issue. So they're going to get a lot of help. But then on Friday night, we're going to settle down. We're going to have a sip and paint party. We're going to have plenty of your services available. We're having our rideology class taught by our sex therapist. Okay. And if after all of that they can still hang, we're gonna have an adult pajama party. And then
Oh,
what happens in the room stays in the
Stacy.
room.
I love it.
And then on Saturday morning is where we get into the visioning and envisioning what our future is because even though the Bible says write the vision and make it plain, you still got to have the roadmap to get to the steps. That's why architect builds out plans. That's why the construction workers, when they are building something, when they're tearing down something, they have to have a plan. Okay. So what I want you to do now, because that's the weekend, I want you to share with the audience why you said yes to providing services at this event.
So, first of all, you're just a gem, Nicole. First of
Oh, thank
all,
you.
why would I not help another sister out? And plus, you've supported me over the years, and more so, like I said, I've been in the game for a long time, and my mission has always been to provide wellness, especially to our queens, and that's just really. I can't even lie. That's really what it's all about. It's just about being to provide services to the
Yes,
queens.
yes.
And I'm
And
just honored that you.
yeah, that look, that internet down on that side of town where she is horrible. Don't blame
Yeah,
Ty. Don't blame Ty. But I
yeah.
am
I'm in the
trying. I'm
downtown
really.
area.
And they're doing a lot of construction over there, so they
Yeah.
interfering with all the goodness and greatness. But we will not be defeated, and I'm really
No.
excited. So do us a favor, tell the ladies some of the on-site services that will be available for them, because our attendees are going to get a copy of this link if they did not catch it live on the YouTube channel, but I'm going to turn around and email this out to them so that they can see, hey, y'all need to go and pay attention because this what y'all going to have
Yeah. And
available.
Nicole, I'm gonna resend it again because I don't know why it came out blurry. So let me
Okay.
definitely resend it. But basically, we'll definitely have all of our services are going to be 30 minutes. And the reason being is that you see that Nicole has a jam-packed schedule for you guys. And I don't want to keep anyone way too long. Plus, 30 minutes is just enough to feel relaxed and rejuvenated and renewed without feeling sleepy, sluggish, and like, okay, I don't feel like doing anything else. I'm going to bed. So, an hour sometimes can just be a little bit too much. And so, these are just, services to do what it needs to do. The facial, you have options to just get a mini facial, or you have an option if you're like, ooh, I really do need to get a glow up. I need to get a little bit deeper cleansed than a mini. We can do an enzyme treatment, and that is very mild. And of course, I love skin. So you guys can always beforehand, if you're scared or you have questions, or if you already with the esthetician, but you know that you just want a little glow up because you couldn't get in beforehand, then feel free to ask me. I'm here. Do not allow yourself to walk around and be scared. Or if first time doing a facial and you like, I just want to try it.
So listen, and this is one of the reasons that I wanted Ty to come on. You can have services Thursday night, Friday night,
Yes.
sometime Saturday afternoon, and the cutoff is
Yes.
probably going to be sometime around 5, because on Saturday night, starting at 7 p.m., we're going to be rocking in that conference room to the old school party. And who does not
See,
want to glow when the camera is rolling? While you
exactly.
dropping it
So,
like whatever you got
yeah.
it going on over there.
And then you got to make sure you can drop it like it's hot. So you may need a
Baby,
quick
will you
massage.
let
Yeah.
them know? Will you let them know?
So, we'll have the massages. You may need your feet relaxed. And also, I made them very small, 30 minutes, because you may say, bump that. I want an hour and a half worth of service. I want my face, head, feet, and my back done. And so
Listen,
that
that
way
that
you're
might
still.
be, you might be packed on Sunday.
Yeah, well, we're here. I mean, we're definitely going to be here. The only thing that we ask is that you just try your best to get yourself booked and ready before time so we can plan accordingly. So everyone should
Yes,
be able to be touched and seen, but just don't, I wouldn't recommend waiting to the last minute. You would just need to put your 25 dollar deposit down for each service, and then a
yes.
week before you will pay it up. Um,
And what's
I
gonna
did
happen
not
is
put
that,
this yeah, and what
go
you
ahead,
do
honey,
is
go ahead.
when you pick your service, you would simply pick your service, you would pay that link, but then you would just simply email or text me. Well, really text me your name, and the service, and we got you. And then this way, there's paper trail. We can go back and forth with any questions that you have. And then that way, we will have the calendar and deal with Nicole to let her know who's going with what. But I just want, and that is my personal cell. And I did it that way because I really wanted control over just making sure that everything gets smooth and nothing's getting confusing with the spa. So that's why I just made it where I personally wanted to put my imprint and my hands on it so that I can speak to each and every one of you guys. If any one of you guys have any questions, concerns, you will know that you're speaking to me personally, and I can help you with any questions that you have.
Ty, and I appreciate that so much because when it comes
Yes,
to
ma'am.
control, I'm at that stage. Honey, baby, take it over. Please have you. You got it. You got it. She said, "Who's gonna control it?" I said, "That's
I,
all you. That's
yeah, I
all
just,
you." But I also
well,
want
I
them
just
to
want to
know.
answer questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I want them to be able to ask those questions because if they ask me, I'm be like, let me call Ty. So
Exactly.
you may
And
as well
I,
just don't cut me out. But for those who are registered, you will get the information on how to register for the services during the event in your email. That those are forthcoming. But we do want to make sure that you have enough time to get booked in case you decide that I only booked one service and I want to add something else on. But
yes,
some of you, let me tell you, I know how some of them act when they get to with the right music and the right setting. Y'all better go on
yes.
and plan for Sunday after the luncheon. After the luncheon,
See,
go on and get those feet taken care of before you head back
see,
home. Before you head
see,
back home. So I
yes.
really am. This is time. I'm excited because this is my first annual Vision and Empowerment Retreat here in Dallas.
I love it.
This year, at the beginning of the year, the ladies came together here in Dallas and we did a 1 day event and it was on the worst travel weekend when it came to the weather. So like the ladies who were local, they didn't have really a big issue, but those who were flying out of Dallas,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
flights were getting canceled from Monday. They had to fly out Sunday. It was a mess. But on Saturday, listen, they got some gems dropped. Things like they were reminded that we needed to stop being poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly because our finances are not in order. I've heard an entrepreneur say that she had the opportunity to get in ground level on a business deal and it would have cost her like $1,500 and she didn't have it. And when the opportunity presented itself several years later, it was almost $50,000. Okay. And she still couldn't take advantage of it. So we have to stop being poor where we're passing over opportunities on a repeated basis because we
Mm.
are not financially ready. One of the other things was when we start talking about implementing and establishing and implementing healthy boundaries. Establishing and implementing healthy boundaries. I just had this conversation with someone where I said, when you start implementing and establishing boundaries,
Mhm.
somebody's going to get their feelings hurt because they're used to you saying yes to their dysfunction. They're used to you saying yes to them taking advantage of you. And now that you've gotten yourself healthy, whole, and healed, that's what our Wake Up Happy Sis resident self-care strategist says. Once you come to that point, now you know that I can no longer let you cross this line or this boundary and somebody's going to be upset. But what I remind people of all the time, every time you get on a plane, the stewardesses are going to do this process and they're going to tell you if your mask falls down, you secure your mask first before
Mm.
you help somebody else. It is natural, it is in us for self preservation. What's unnatural, that's why it's uncomfortable when people start pressing your boundaries, when people start taking advantage of you. The first time you think, okay, that's a little different. And then the second time, it's like, that's real different and repeated. And then as it continues, now you're starting to feel like, okay, I don't like this And now you're trying to figure out what's wrong with me that I don't like this. And you never realize it takes some time. This is what counseling and therapy and having a good circle of people whose
Mhm.
ideas and opinion you trust, where you can say, this is what's happening to me. And somebody who is healthy and healed is going to tell you they're taking advantage of you and you need to implement some boundaries. When you start doing that, you will notice that you sleep better at night. You start releasing levels of stress and anxiety that you didn't realize you were holding on to. And what I know for women when it comes to our finances, we're tossing and turning, not realizing that bill that we know is due in 2 weeks and we just don't have the money for it. That's what's stressing us out,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
We know that that child over there in this grade and that child over there in that grade, they need more money than a mortgage because kids are not cheap. Okay. And we got to figure out that single parent, because I'm not going to say single mom, it's some single dads out here doing just as much as single moms. So that single parent who's trying to figure out how to make a dollar out of 15 cents. Okay. I just told all my age. And if you know it, you keep it to yourself. That ain't your business. Okay. That is not your business. That's not your business. But they're trying to make ends, not that you don't just want your ends to meet, you want your ends to overlap so that once all the bills are paid, you still got something left over. We're tired of having more month left than we do money. And so when you're stressing about that, I've lost count of the gray hairs. I no longer count how many times the blood pressure is over the number that is recommended by my physician. Okay, when I started getting my mental health in order, when I started getting my financial health in order, those things begin to settle down, right? So I tell anybody, life hits differently when our finances are in order. Okay. So when you're going through, you need to have your finances so well established and in order that you can feel what you're feeling based on the circumstances, not the circumstances and the finances. Because see, you can't always change the circumstances, but you can fix your finances. Okay, so we are going to have an awesome time here in January, live in Dallas, January 16th through the 20th. It's going to be hosted at the Hilton Garden Inn off of North Central Highway. And once you converge into the hotel, we are there for the weekend. Everything is on site. I wanted it to be as convenient and comfortable as possible. So we are having adult games. We are having the sip and paint. We are having the spa services. We are having tons and tons of fun. So I want you guys to make sure that you go right on over to the wealthywomanlifestyle.com/retreat and get registered. Right now, we are doing buy one, get one half off. That means you and your friend can save $74.50 a piece. See that the finance lady just break down how much to say. I didn't say about $75. I said $74.50 a piece. And if you need any help with that registration, you can always find a way to reach me at the Nicole Johnson, admin at thenicolejohnson.com. I'm super excited, Ty. I
I'm
am so
excited too,
excited. I
and
am super excited.
and it's beautiful what you're doing. Definitely beautiful what you're doing. Yes, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you. And
welcome.
I'm looking forward to it because I want to see it continue to grow. So even
Oh,
though
it's
this is
going
our
to grow.
first,
It's not
yeah,
see it. It's
yeah,
about it's going to grow. It's
we
about
actually,
manifesting and affirmations. What?
that's it. That's it. That's it. So I'm hoping to, what I'm looking for a part of my vision board. I will do my own personal vision board in December, leading up to the event. So I use it as an example at the actual vision board event in January. But on part, so what they do is that we're going to compartmentalize what the vision board will contain. I usually give them 5 sections, and they get to select four. One of them has mandatory has to be about your finances because that's what we're here for. And so part of my plan is the future events for the Wealthy Women Lifestyle. And so I'm really, really excited about. Hey Tony, Tony, what's up, DJ Tony? Tony is our DJ here on Cityscape Radio, part of the Brownstone Worldwide, our platform here. And what I love about our family here, our DJ family, our podcasters, is that they come to support. Our one of our founding members is her name is Paulette. She's out of Atlanta, and she is a founding member of Arrested Development. Yes, one of the founding members. And what she has said has always been pivotal to me, that this is our platform to tell our stories our way. And what I add to that is, if our stories are still being told incorrectly in 40, 50, 60 years, it's our fault now, because we do have the platform. We do have the ability to use our voice. We are not our ancestors. You will not quiet us down the way back then. God knew exactly where all of us needed to be born. I wouldn't have made it back then. Didn't mouth too much. Didn't mouth too much. So on today, I want to make sure that I leave a legacy that tells and shares with women, young girls, young ladies, that you can be feminine, walk in your feminine grace, and still be successful and fearless and powerful. Because I got some shirts back there that say empowered women empower women. And so, as I like to say, each one reach one and teach one. And that is what we're here for. So what's up, DJ Tony? Thank you so much. DJ Tony is out in the Windy City, my hometown from Chicago, and you can always catch him here live. Tony be burning it up on the weekends, y'all. Y'all just don't know. He be burning it up on the weekends. He is like the resident DJ Herb Kent. Okay, I done really told my age. Shh, don't nobody put that in the chat. Don't nobody put that in the chat. Okay, so Ty, any last words? For our audience, like I said, there we're going to get your video out to them. Your Instagram channel is Harmony Beauty by Ty,
Or
and they can.
Thai, or All Things Thai 1971.
Okay, all things
That's
Ty.
another one. Yeah, because that's my personal, but I do tend to talk a lot about different things. So, yeah, if you just want to kind of see some of the things that I will talk about and try to explain, go to that page and you'll throughout probably see stuff that'll be like, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, we gonna bring Ty on Facebook. Okay, she not on Facebook. We gonna bring her on Facebook so we can see her a little bit more often. And again, this is as we are exploring this digital and virtual world. The goal is to make sure that we help each other out. And so I am looking forward to having some more. Hold on, hold on. I'm so sensory. Oh, shit, man. And you
You
don't,
would,
as you see, just when I put it on my hands, you don't need a whole lot. Oh, child, that imagine when
that's
the skin is wet and ready to absorb, and oh,
yes,
child,
that's the
it's
best
like
time to
skin
put
be
it
like
on.
silk, be like silk. I love it.
Wonderful, wonderful,
So, Ty,
wonderful.
thank you so much for being here with us
Yay!
tonight. I
Thank you for
really,
having me, Nicole. I appreciate it. And I hope to
absolutely.
meet the queens, and I hope to be able to, I hope that there was some nuggets taken. And again, I'm just a cell phone text away if anyone has questions or anything like that. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Listen, you guys, I thank you guys for tuning in to the Wealthy Women Lifestyle Podcast. As always, my goal is to help women define and then achieve. I don't just want to help you define them and send you out there, okay, you got a definition of what your goals are. We want to help you achieve those goals. And then the thing about my audience is that they've been with me so long that once they achieve those first sets of goals that we put in place, they don't stop there. We create new goals so we can move to the next level. And I want to get rid of this crab in a barrel mentality. I want to get rid of and debunk this thing or stigma that Black women can't get along. So I will create a safe environment, a safe space where, as Ty mentioned, we got to be able to vent, we got to be able to release, but we also have to be able to rebuild. And that is the important part. Don't just tear it down. Help each other rebuild and come out better on the other side. So thank you guys so much. If you're catching this
Thank
on the replay,
you.
always put hashtag replay. And I will see you guys around the internet streets. Bye bye.